It was the day after President Donald Trump's inauguration in 2017 that the first Women's March took place. Millions of women marching in cities around the world. Now, with another election just around the corner, many of those women marched again this weekend to make sure Trump doesn't get a second term. Mythili Gubbi was at the march in Washington.
With about 2 weeks to the election and a possible Supreme Court justice confirmation, thousands of people joined the Women's March in Washington. This march usually happens in January, but a sense of urgency brought it to October.
Everything is on the line this November.
And I'm not telling you to vote blue, I'm not telling you to vote red, I'm telling you to vote your conscience, I'm telling you to vote for decency, for empathy, I'm telling you to vote for a role model for your kids. But do go vote, whoever you're voting for.
Organizers said the DC march drew thousands of people like TEAL RAHMATI, who came from New York for the march.
I just think there's too much at stake to sit home and just yell at the TV. So we wanted to physically come.
It is time to defeat Trump and everything he stands for.
The DC march was just one of the many events around the country Saturday, including marches in Arizona. Like everything else this year, COVID-19 brought a different look to the march. People were masked, asked to stay distant, and urged not to travel for the march.
The only super spreader event in DC is going to be the one in the White House, y'all.
But that did not stop Tucson native Deja Fox, who came from San Diego to march.
I started fighting for sex education reform in the Tucson Unified School District and only scaled up my work from here, right? I fought for birth control access on a national scale, told Jeff Flake off, and I'm here today in a continuation of that fight.
Protesters marched past the Capitol and the Supreme Court before ending up on the National Mall to text bank, encouraging more people to vote.
Today it's not just about marching. We're also going to be doing a phone text bank, as you see behind us, where there are socially distanced chairs where people can sit down and text bank voters all across the country.
People gave different reasons for coming out, but there was one common theme: make a plan and vote.
Seems like we've reached a precipice and everything's about to collapse, and everyone, myself, anxious, nervous, sad, and this is seems productive and also re-energizing to continue the fight.
Some elements felt like previous marches. People held up signs with words and art important to them, dressed up, wore pink hats, and held pride flags. PUJOL-RODRIGUEZ says she hopes she doesn't need to do it again this January.
This is not my first march, but I really hope it's my last. I was here for the original Women's March, I was here for another march later on, and this is my third march. I'm totally not a political person, but the situation is such that it declares that I need to do this.
We will not allow it.
On Thursday, the Senate Judiciary Committee will vote to move forward with Judge Amy Coney Barrett's confirmation. In Washington, Mythili Gubbi, Cronkite News.
If a Senate Judiciary Committee vote to confirm Amy Coney Barrett's nomination to the Supreme Court is held Thursday as expected, a vote by the full Senate confirming her appointment could come as early as Monday, just 8 days before Election Day.